Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Houston Texans. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Mike spoke both. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Check 20.
A give. This is Montgomery. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Watch the run. Watch the run. 44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check, check. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Go.
Now back to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's Watson. Now he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Watson off play action. Again for Evans. This time he's got him. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn for the field goal. The kick by Fairbairn is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Well, that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, He may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Set. 19. Time to go. Night. Kill. Turn around. Kill. Turn up. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm going down. Coming.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Let's go. Let's bring it. He's coming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
2nd down and goal. Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Eddie Goldman. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Off of play action, it's Watson. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Rush in.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Watch the pass. Football's the mic.
Looking to throw. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's got this down to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Let's go. No pain, no gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2nd and 5 now. Watson. And a catch right side by Evans. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will make our score 9-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Let's go, let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. He's going to air one out. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No gain on this defense, no gain. 44 is the mic.
Back to throw here. Looking deep for Julio. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Second and 11.
60 Bison. Go. Go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. The mic. Get that quarterback at all costs.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might.
There's a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Buying time to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. And 31.
To throw is Watson.
Come on, QB, come on.
To Connor on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. 51, Mike.
First down, and they go back to Harris. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. There he goes, right side. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this third quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now this throw caught left side. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Houston.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Pollard again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Tony Pollard punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long 70 Ranger. Mike Spoke. Yo.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that. But, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is. In the beginning of his career, it added.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Larry Ogunjobi. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
He'll take it at the 42. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. So the false start will back them up 5. And that'll set them back 5.
Come on now, let's go. Set. 19. 51. Here it comes. Sponge. No. 51's a mic.
Here's Watson. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch a slap.
Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
18 Rattler. Mike's Fofo. It's coming
They'll look to throw here. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Bears on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12.
Check. You're not ready. You're not ready.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's third down. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Larry Ogunjobi picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
110. Check 9, check.
On third down, they go Montgomery. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, so a chance to take the lead here in this fourth quarter, but he couldn't get this one on target.
Everything looked good. The snap, the hold, even the distance. The only thing off, the most important part, the accuracy.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Check 52.
Now Watson. Rolling to his right. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. Room here to run. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is Tony Pollard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone inbounds, get them on the ground.
Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off near the 32. And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Just like that. Just like that.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come.